It's been a long time since I've been in this area, West Fenney or Hammock at Fenney, but according to the Village's News, or I just saw this on the Village's News, Governor DeSantis, he announced the moving forward of the Moving Florida Forward initiative to expedite transportation projects across the state. It's a $4 billion project, and part of this is coming to this area specifically along 301. $26 million of it is going to change 301 from this area, Hammock at Fenney, all the way down to the 470, where 470 crosses and goes to the turnpike. The purpose of this is actually to break through the time delays that you would typically see in the transportation and infrastructure projects, and it's allowing them to move forward much faster than they would typically. The governor actually said expediting will bring them to completion more than a decade ahead of schedule, which is, I mean, it's crazy when you think about how slow the government works. So the state, as you know, has been one of the top growing states in the country. And then this area, along with Marion County, Central Florida, is the top area, or the top areas, counties growing in Florida. So some of the top growing counties in the country. The 301 bypass is basically going to cut around the city of Coleman, or the town of Coleman. It's not really a city, it's more like 7 businesses or so. And it will connect from basically Warm Springs Avenue down until the current 301. And you'll see some of the new construction going on later in this video. I flew the drone between this area and the industrial park. So this area is West Fenney, Hammock at Fenney, Red and Gray Fox executive golf courses right here that you're looking at. And it's the last hour, or golden hour, so that's why you see the golden glow. I haven't been out here in so long since they had the construction, quite a bit going on. They still don't have the retail done yet, and I didn't even know there was new construction to the southwest of this, right along 301, so that's kind of interesting. I actually saw that when I was going to the industrial park. I was going to do a video at the industrial park and decided I would do a video on that. This area is beautiful. I have not seen it since it was about finished. It was probably 90% last time we took a look at this area. And there's just so much going on. This is directly south of the turnpike, right off of 301 and Warm Springs, where 301 turns into Warm Springs. And you can see Fenney just over the trees to the right there. Now, over here to the side, we have, this is facing the east here. And then we're going to turn kind of south and go back to the west so that you can see the area toward Coleman. So this is southeast, and this is where the quarries are. You can kind of see Middleton in the background there, where they're going to have the new middle school, high school, and then you can see more of the quarries. That water over there is really beautiful. I went back there one time for a Jeep event back when this was not Village's owned, and they used to have Jeep events back there where they would drive Jeeps through the woods and up on the trails, and it was a pretty big deal. And it was just south of the Hammock at Fenney, just south of this whole area, right over by where all those ponds and all those things were. The top right, you can see the water tower there, and there is new construction over in that area, which we're going to take a look at fairly soon in this video. Right where the sun is going down, you can see the industrial park back there as well. And the industrial park, there was just that huge deal with the 301 getting worked on, and all the money that they're going to pour into that, and the bypass around the town of Coleman. So I don't know, that's supposed to ease the traffic quite a bit. They're going to redo a bunch, and of course they're redoing the turnpike as well. So the turnpike is going to be 3 lanes on each side, and it's getting extended all the way to Crystal River, I believe, if my memory serves me right, which, you know, I'm getting older, so it could be slipping. This is that new construction over by 301. This is actually between the area that we were just at and the industrial park, just to the east of 301, next to that water tower that you saw in the video. Sun was kind of going down, so it's getting a little darker in this video, but you can see that they're starting to move around dirt and areas. I would say probably after Newell and Dabney and Lake Denham are done, this would be the next area that they're going to start on. This is what they do every time. They have to move the dirt around, get the water to run the ways that they want it to run and all that stuff. 301 is going to cut through some of these areas and around. There's supposed to be some retail going in to this area as well, and some pretty interesting additions once they get that bypass done. I'm sure with the ease of traffic and not having to go all the way into Coleman and then south on 301 or vice versa, it will be much easier. Plus you'll have golf cart access to all of these areas. And there was at one point talk about a square going in at Coleman Town Center. So if this is that Coleman Town Center area that the village is building, I would say this is probably where the square will be. I don't know if they're going to do one similar to Sawgrass Grove, or if it'll be more like Brownwood than the last one, but somewhere along those lines. Now this is the actual industrial park again in the background there, toward the sunset. I can't fly the drone past sunset, so I could only get so much. I was going to go get the industrial park, but I didn't want to push the limits. And here's a better look, kind of, well, it's not too much better, but it is across the road and closer after I got the drone across the road. So you can see all of this is the industrial park. This is where they have all those preform built walls, and the village's daily sun, or the daily sun, is over here. It's pretty built up area. There's definitely going to be a lot of construction going in around this area, especially with the new 301. After they add that 301 bypass and you see all the retail going in, I know that just off 466A they're adding a new Target, which is probably going to affect this area. There's not that many retail stores, and I mean big box stores like a Target or Walmart or electronics like Best Buy or anything like that down in these areas. So I would say probably when they add the retail in, you're going to see something like that come in, possibly a Walmart, because there is nothing anywhere near that in this area. You have to drive all the way over into Lady Lake, which is probably about a 40-minute drive or so from here. And that's via car, not even golf cart. That would be the only downside of this area, I would say, is the access to shopping. And there are some things, like there's grocery stores close, but there's not retail like a Walmart, like I said, or Target. And actually when 466A is built, that would probably be the closest one. Hopefully y'all enjoyed it. I will continue to show you more of the Hammock at Fenney. Feel free to watch, and I will see you in the next one.